Hey everybody. Okay, this is round number 2. I did the same thing yesterday and screwed up. I was going to show the video, but I didn't want to waste your time. I'd just rather show it the right way. So let me show you the results. I've got a bottom tier of a 3-tier piece that's got a little thing in it. I wanted to make a clock, so it's got the little center post to make the hole. This is actually the top smallest part of a 3-tier mold, and links will always be below my video. And I made a clock out of this the other day with clear copper leaf flakes and a few pigments, and they turned out beautiful, kind of pretty much, but I waited too long, as you can see, to pour my colors, my white and the coppery color, into the resin, and it stayed in the lines and it kind of turned to plastic and I couldn't get it to move. And so I've kept these, and I may paint over them, resin over them. I'm not sure what I'll do with them, but I wanted to show you I waited too long. So let me show you, what I should have done. And I'm keeping an eye on my time. And most of all, you really just pay attention to the warmth of your resin. If it's getting warm or super warm to the touch, then you know you've got to do it right away. So that's what you need to pay the closest attention to. I've got about 15 or 16 ounces of resin already mixed here. It's Counterculture medium viscosity. The green and yellow label, equal parts A and B. And you mix it for 6 minutes. I'm going to do a little bit of white, a little bit of gold, and a little bit of flash rich bronze. The micas are from Funshine Color Shop. This other gold is Iridron Pale Gold from Laura's Art Corner. And I'm going to throw in some white Cast and Craft and alcohol ink into the white, but I'm using sparkle white, maybe a little bit of white lily, and I'm going to use Flash Old Gold in the gold color with the pale gold. And I love this Flash Rich Bronze, which is kind of pretty close to the copper. I've got some copper leaf flakes. So this is probably about 3 ounces, almost 3 ounces, with the copper leafing in it. So I'm going to do an ounce and a half maybe or so of white, and then maybe about an ounce of gold and the Flash Rich Bronze, which is going to be my copper. Looking at my clock, and I've had it mixed about 10 to 15 minutes if you include the mixing time, but from the time that it's been mixed, it's been 11 minutes. There's just slightly warm. So just keeping a feel for that. I think I'll put a little white lily in the white. Checking the temperature. Okay, I'm angry at myself. I screwed up again. I put my Flash Rich Bronze into my white cup. I did not look deeply into the thing before I did it. So, once again, I'm just gonna keep my fingers crossed that something pretty happens. This one is for someone, and I may have to redo it. At least this one I'm just doing for the fun of it, and so it can turn out the way it wants to. You know, with me screwing up and putting the white and flash gold together, I wasn't paying attention, and that's what happens when you don't pay attention. So, 2 lessons learned in the last 2 days. So anyway, I'm gonna spritz real quick. With alcohol. It's time for the unveiling. I over-poured on my molds because the resin was thick and I couldn't quite control it, so I'll have to cut away some pieces. Bronzy color and a little bit of the gold leaf, either way, Kind of pretty. Bookmark. This bookmark, the mold curves, and so even when you pour it below the edge, you have spillage. So I have some other bookmark molds I'm going to try, and hopefully I won't have that issue, because that kind of, I have to cut and sand each one every time. But this side is pretty on this one. I had piped in the remaining resin on that one. I over poured on these, but I couldn't keep pulling the resin out on that. So I've got to cut away. But they're little flowers that are kind of coppery and bronzy. They could go with the pendant that's the leaf. I'll probably make that a set. I took this out of the mold last night. It's just, it was the leftover copper leaf mixed in with a little bit of the bronze, and I can etch it with gold or whatever as an accent color. So that etching there. And then it's just, you know, that on the reverse. So on this one I screwed up and I put 2 of the resin pigments into a cup. Here's the cup that one of my colors was supposed to go in, but I poured it in on top of the white, not paying attention. Ugh. That's, well, I was doing this one because someone commissioned me to do one of these and make it into a clock. It's a 7-inch across mold when you unmold it. So we're gonna have to see if this one totally messed up or not. It's pretty on this side. It's still pretty. It's just got more white, because the white and the coppery color were mixed together. So I'll send her a picture and see if she likes it. And if she does, I'll make it into another little clock like I did the other one. Even with the mishap, it really is lovely. I had to carve out some of the little pieces in the grooves. Still got a few little places, but overall it's still quite lovely. So just to show you the difference between a screw up, where you wait too long to put your colors in, and then one that it's way closer to what it should look like. So really lovely. And then the final one is the big one, which I just poured for fun. So this will go in my Etsy store, and I'm going to make a clock for it. So again, the white and copper color were in the same bag. The gold was separate, so it stayed separate. But so it combined a little bit, but it's still quite lovely. So that one has a little bit more of the gold showing there, and then on here it shows more of the three-dimensional kind of look with the white gold combination. So I hope you enjoyed this. And isn't that pretty? These could be little tiers of a cake. You can combine molds too, because this one has 3 different sizes. This is the smallest, but I don't have the other ones. It came from Germany, and it was from Refloxy, and this was actually a sample that they sent me when I ordered the other molds that I used. And so I didn't purchase this. It was a sample that she sent me, and this is part of a 3-tier cake mold. So, but you could combine, you know, and do different layers with different designs. Nothing is set in stone that you have to do it one way. I hope you learn from my mistakes. I hope you're inspired, and make sure to check out my next video. Also, check the link below. I've got Amazon journals now. I'm starting that as an extra thing that I want to do to reach out to people with a little bit of art on the cover, and just to provide sketchbooks, journals, prayer journals, gratitude journals, children's handwriting, cursive handwriting. I'm going to be doing many more. So just be looking for those. They're great gift items. They're $10 or so, straight from Amazon in a day or two Prime. So check it out. I love you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.